Look at the rise of a far-right political group stirring up a lot of controversy.
They're called Moms for Liberty. ABC's MaryAlice Parks with the deeper dive.
The week of the first Republican presidential primary debate in downtown Milwaukee, this group of conservatives has more local races on their mind. It's an activist training focused largely on what they want to teach their children. Conversations with Wisconsinites who might want to run for school board. Laid out in front, books some of their members have challenged.
It's a boy wearing a tutu, and it sounds kind of like an innocent book. And what we're seeing in schools is the conversations surrounding this on gender identity at really young ages, and it's really confusing, and children don't have the mental capacity to handle that.
You're concerned less about the particular book and more about the conversation you're worried is happening?
Sometimes, yes. Not all the time, but most of the time.
Amber Schrader is the co-founder of the Ozaukee County chapter of Moms for Liberty, a far-right, rapidly growing group that in the last 2 years morphed from challenging mask mandates and remote learning during the COVID pandemic to a major player in Republican politics, endorsing hundreds of school board candidates. Across the country, chapters now often target specific books and school curriculums that reference LGBTQ+ families and promote racial inclusivity and equity.
If we have activist teachers who are breaking the law, they need to be handled, and they should not be in a classroom teaching our children.
On the debate stage last night, Republican candidates echoing the group's message.
Biological boys don't belong in the locker rooms of any of our girls.
The only way we change education in this nation is to break the backs of the teachers' unions.
Moms for Liberty says their focus is on securing more of what they call, quote, parental rights. But critics say they also use misinformation to push fears that kids are being indoctrinated to hate America and steered towards topics like transgender identities. A document on the Wisconsin State Chapter website makes unsubstantiated claims such as kids are being taught to pit racial groups against each other. Goal, to teach kids to hate America so they will destroy it. You think that's what's going on in public schools?
I think some public schools, that's absolutely going on.
That's false. Like, those accusations are false.
The Wisconsin State Superintendent argues they have not seen major changes to curriculum or access to materials.
The appropriate materials that we provide in our elementary schools are approved by local school boards. Parents have access to that information all the time.
Outside the conservative activist training, president of the Milwaukee Teachers Association, Amy Mizialko, is protesting. Several state officials, teachers unions, and other parenting groups across the country have come out against Moms for Liberty's agenda. Amy calls them a hate group.
Do you feel like you're under attack? Our students are under attack daily by policies that deny them the funding that they need.
In Florida, Moms for Liberty worked with Governor Ron DeSantis to pass what critics call the Don't Say Gay bill that bans any discussion of sexual orientation or gender identity until the 8th grade. But that was Florida. This is purple Wisconsin with a Democratic governor. Is that the kind of thing that you'd support?
Well, I think, again, age appropriateness is not my opinion. Like, we are a Christian family. It's God's opinion, or God's law, I should say, not opinion.
Danelle Riederer is a former teacher who took her kids out of school and is now homeschooling. Did you see something or have you read something about how U.S. history is being taught around the country that concerned you?
Well, I think it's, again, the different perspectives. I think it's important we know the different perspectives, but at the same time, like I said, I'm white. And you know, just because I'm white doesn't mean that we're slaveholders. And the way some of the newer curriculum had been worded had been kind of more of those leading topics to kind of make it more guilt-ridden.
Moms for Liberty lost in many of the high-profile school board races around Wisconsin. But Amber says here in the state, they are just getting started.
We only want what's best for kids, and we are working hard to protect our freedoms, to protect liberty, and to make sure that children are getting the best education possible.
MaryAlice Parks, ABC News, Milwaukee.
And our thanks to MaryAlice for that.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.